One day, Chibiko woke up feeling extra refreshed. It had been raining when he went to bed, and the sound of all that rain must have helped him sleep extra well. He sat in bed and thought for a moment, and then, very suddenly and excitedly, jumped out. It had been raining. If it had only stopped recently, that meant that there might be a rainbow. Chibiko skipped his shower and breakfast and ran straight to the biggest window in his living room. He pressed his face against it. There it was, an arch of different colors in the sky, hiding just behind a house across the street. Chibiko looked at each of the colors. The order was different from the song that he had learned when he was younger, but the rainbow was still beautiful. He couldn't help but wonder why he couldn't see any pink though, and so, since the rainbow didn't appear to be so far away, he decided to go outside and see if he could go to it and check the colors up close. Chibiko closed his front door behind him and walked towards the rainbow. He went past the house where he thought the rainbow had been, but it seemed that it was farther away than he had realized at first. Now it was behind a lot of trees. Chibiko walked to where all of the trees were, but somehow he wasn't getting any closer. He kept following the rainbow until he had walked all the way to Button Park. Surely the end of the rainbow must be here, he thought to himself. I can see it right there, by the monkey bars. But when Chibiko arrived at the monkey bars, the rainbow wasn't there. Was it running away from him? Chibiko wondered if rainbows could walk too. Chibiko was getting tired, but he had come so far that he couldn't let himself turn back now. He kept on walking until he found himself on the main street of town. The rainbow was now hiding behind the donut shop. Chibiko heard his stomach rumble. He was familiar with this now. It meant that he was hungry. Wait! He had been so excited to see the rainbow that he had not eaten his breakfast. He went into the donut store. Welcome, the bear behind the counter said. Wow, you look tired. Have you been out getting exercise? I suppose I have, Chibiko said. I've been trying to visit the rainbow all morning, but it keeps on moving away from me. The bear gave a friendly laugh. Haha, you need to use your imagination, it said. Or maybe use it differently. Try closing your eyes. Chibiko closed his eyes, like the bear suggested. Can you see it? The bear asked. Chibiko nodded. Good. Now, imagine what the world would look like from the rainbow. Imagine how high up you are. Imagine how you might get down. The bear's voice slowly started to fade away, and some pictures rose up in Chibiko's mind. He was atop the rainbow, so high up that he could almost jump up and touch the moon. It was daytime back down on Earth, but stars twinkled and danced all around him. Chibiko wanted to dance too, but since he couldn't fly in the sky, one of the stars offered him a skateboard. Chibiko didn't know that he could skateboard, but soon he was sliding down the arch of the rainbow. He was moving very fast, but he wasn't scared. In fact, it was a lot of fun. He stretched out his arm and collected colorful dust from the sky. As he raced towards the ground, Chibiko somehow knew that a fluffy cloud would appear to save him. And it did. Just before he hit the ground, a puffy pillow of white cushioned his fall. Chibiko coughed and opened his eyes. he was surrounded by a cloud of sugar dust. His hands were covered with sprinkles, and he could feel some strawberry filling on his face. "I must say, I've never seen anyone eat a donut quite like that," the bear said. "I'm glad you enjoyed it." Chibiko was a little bit embarrassed about his mess, but the bear was right. He had enjoyed it. He hoped that he would have more dreams about rainbows in the future, even if he couldn't catch up to a real one.